Let's go. Good. Nothing needs to be one touch. Find Morgan. Good. Touch, play. Find Morgan. Good. Be two-footed players. Be two-footed. Go.
If I could change something in the Development Academy, especially on the boys' side, it would be tiers of teams. For the past several years, when you look at the the Final Four or just playoffs in general, it's completely stacked with MLS clubs. And how I think that we should go forward in the Development Academy is having or creating tiers of teams, and we could do promotion and relegation. And I think that you could do just 3 tiers where we could start all 22 MLS clubs in the top tier, and then after that first year, we have promotion and relegation from between the second tier and the first tier to the third tier and the second tier. And how we could do it is, after, we have standards of clubs and the pass system coming over from Belgium, rated clubs, and the U.S. soccer does their own ratings. And so what you could, and it's in 8 categories. And if you take the top rated clubs and put them in the first tier, and then the second tier clubs, and then the third tier, that's how you could start. And then from there, promotion and relegation. It could be 4 clubs, it could be 5 clubs, it could be 6 clubs, whatever. But I was looking at some history from last year, and out of the 78 teams in the U16 and 17 age group, out of 32 teams that made the playoffs, 15 of those were MLS clubs. It's an unfair advantage. MLS clubs, a lot of them, they don't pay, or it's not pay to participate, or pay to play, or pay to participate. It's it's free everything. It's free gear. It's free travel. It's free. Of course, they're finding the best talent, and they're luring the best talent over, as well as there's players from Western New York and players from Michigan that are leaving their close clubs and their close development academy clubs, and they're going to MLS academies, and they're getting housing and everything. So it's really an unfair fight. But imagine a middle-of-the-road development academy club that isn't fully funded, but then it has promotion and relegation, and they can fight, and they get in the top 4, and then they get to move up to the first tier. And that's something that pro soccer is especially missing in the United States. And I think it would just make the development academy even a better product than it already is. I had a player that played Development Academy for 7 years, and one time we're just sitting around a dinner table, and he said, I just thought of something. I haven't won a trophy in all of my time since being in the Development Academy. And we started thinking, it's like, wow, that's really true. Obviously, trophies don't matter, but kids do want to win something. There has to be incentive. Only if you win a national title do you get a trophy. And this is the same. You can say the same thing about the ECNL as well. So I think going forward, and the ECNL can do the exact same thing. I think if you want to really, because one, you'll lure the best talent, because you play in a top tier club. 2, it'll get kids to fight. It'll teach kids how to fight their way up the ranks. And 3, it just can kind of develop the future. It could develop. It can sway the things that we want to do in the pro game. Because big talk in soccer circles is our lack of pro morale. I read something about that 3 out of the top 10 highest paid players in the MLS play on one team and aren't making the playoffs, and they're a bottom club, and their jobs aren't in jeopardy. In Europe, you're a bottom 3, bottom 4 club, your job is in jeopardy. And you're fighting in every day in training, and you're fighting to get results in games on the weekend, and it develops better players. It can develop better players. So if I was in charge of the Development Academy or the ECNL, I would look into doing something like that. I know logistics and travel is another major setback in this country, but there's got to be a way to improve the products.
Okay, good.